Besides stating he was sinless, Jesus clearly claimed in several gospel passages to be the unique fulfiller of messianic prophecy, a special branch of Old Testament prophecy. In support of this declaration, scholars have discovered at least 61 distinct and as many as 300 overlapping pre-tribulational Old Testament messianic prophecies have been fulfilled in exact detail by Christ alone through his birth, life, death, and resurrection. Jesus is indeed the grand focus of prophecy. According to statistical research performed by Peter Stoner, there is a 1 in 10 to the 17th power chance, which equals a 1 in 100 million billion chance, that just 8 detailed messianic prophecies could be accurately written by men several hundred years before they occurred. To help you visualize the immense impossibility, imagine the large state of Texas covered 2 feet deep in silver dollars with only one mark. Also imagine the pile was mixed and a volunteer searching for the lone marked silver dollar was blindfolded prior to the mixing. Well, that person would also have a 1 in 10 to the 17th chance of jumping into the pile and randomly selecting the single marked silver dollar. The probability is indeed minuscule. It has been further determined, using the tool statistics, that the chance men could correctly give or one man fulfill 48 of these prophecies is only 1 in 10 to the 157th power. This is significant since any event with odds of more than 1 in 10 to the 50th power is recognized as impossible by statisticians. To help grasp the astounding statistical impossibility of this very real prophetic fulfillment without supernatural intervention, consider a blindfolded person would also have a 1 in 10 to the 157th power chance of picking one marked electron from a solid cubic inch of electrons. An electron is so small it would take 2.5 times 10 to the 15th power of them laid side by side in a single file line to stretch just 1 inch. There would be so many electrons in this 1 inch line that counting them at a rate of 250 per minute, 24 hours per day, 7 days a week, would take 19 million years to reach the end of the line. Counting a solid cubic inch at the same pace would require 1.18 times 10 to the 38th power years. In his book, Science Speaks, Peter Stoner had originally calculated this would take only 6.9 times 10 to the 21st power years, but this is an error, for it would actually require 17 quadrillion times longer to count every electron in a cubic inch of electrons. Discovery of this error complicates the critic's case against God's existence and messianic claims of Christ. Based on these facts alone, we can safely say no man or collection of men could have made these 48 predictions in their own wisdom, for it is way beyond statistical impossibility. It is also equally unlikely one man could have fulfilled these 48 prophecies unless he was and is the divine Savior. The odds are even greater when we recognize the specific details of all 61 distinct messianic prophecies were precisely fulfilled by Christ. If man did not make or fulfill these predictions, then we must logically conclude God did. One of the truly astounding features of Old Testament prophecy is each prediction was given at least 400 years before it actually was fulfilled. In support of this claim, the prominent early Jewish historian Josephus confirmed the Old Testament canon was closed before Artaxerxes' reign ended in 423 BC. Those who are still extremely skeptical have chosen to ignore the fact the Dead Sea Scrolls, containing substantial fragments of all Old Testament books except Esther, were collectively produced between the 3rd to the 1st century BC. Most significantly, at least one complete copy of the highly prophetic book of Isaiah is included among the scrolls, and it has been dated no later than 100 BC. It is also important to note an excellent Greek translation of the Hebrew Scriptures called the Septuagint was produced between 285 to 246 BC during the reign of Ptolemy Philadelphus. A few Old Testament books may have been translated shortly after his reign, but most scholars believe all books were translated no later than 200 BC. So, whether you choose a conservative view that many Old Testament books and their prophecies were produced more than 700 years before Jesus' appearance on earth, the 400 BC date accepted by most scholars, or the approximately 100 to 200 BC date proposed by some very skeptical scholars makes no difference, for no man or collection of men could have accurately nailed all of these prophecies even 1 century before Christ literally fulfilled them all. The 100% accuracy rate of these distant prophecies absolutely requires existence of an omniscient God. The fact Christ historically fulfilled all pre-tribulational messianic prophecies is also tremendous evidence he was and is the divine Savior, just as he claimed.